The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the pan. That dude Biz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin flying round the field. Starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports, jeans and long sleeves, they taking no shorts. Hot to death, oh yes, these other sports podcasts live as a pro's corpse. Biz market wave, the starting five goes off. No matter who you cheer for, emotions out the window, they analyzing with clear thoughts. They take it way deeper than the boys ever. No longer got any use for the four letters. The latest news, score stats and a view from the sideline. Ain't no guideline, it's just the truth. Yeah, no need to dig for a pardon line. It's always in season if people starting five. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. Get it, we got what you need. If the sports news you see, we don't waste time. We talking cause we live it. We got what you need. We going in on three, run the baseline, starting five. Get it, we got what you need. And y'all know me, seven sign, I'm the illest cat stick. I got what you need.
Each and every week, as always, we got what y'all need. What's going on, world? It's your boy, the mayor, that DJ named Ace5, your mom's favorite fat guy from deepest. Well, it's not that dark today. It's a little nice, shining, bright looking TJ light today. What's good, brother?
What's good, brother? Everything's good. Growing the beer back in, but I gotta find something to keep this joint from drying out. I don't know what you use.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll hit you later about that.
I got a few different things, but I still have a bottle from the person who sponsored the show a couple of years ago, the Dingo Dan's oil. I just use regular old shampoo and shit and wash it up and yeah.
All right. It's another good weekend. Weather's held up nice. The weather's been beautiful. It's definitely been hoodie weather out here. Earlier in the week, it was getting down to the 50s and low 60s. So get there. You will see me rock the starting five hoodie in the coming weeks. So looking forward to that. Not much else is going on. Just the typical grind, brother. Just the typical grind.
Yeah, word up. Same here. Other than work, more work, and work, and that's all I get to do. Work. Gotta make a run to bring the family to Jersey Gardens after we're done here. You know, my daughter, my oldest daughter now is getting the freaking beauty salon treatment in the house under the hair dryer. This is one of her. She hasn't experienced this in a while, having to sit under the dryer for like an hour and a half or so. But you know, as Frank Zappa said years ago, beauty knows no pain. So what you crying about?
Man, I do not miss those days. Go ahead, brother.
But who knows? But somebody who knows pain, man. I know. I kind of got you on the dark side of the ring thing. We're not gonna talk about these because I know. But did you see or hear about this here?
Pull out the Glock.
Oops. I think, you know what? I think I might have made I committed a sin already and didn't have the audio going. So let's retry this again. Oh, it is. The audio was there. My bad, y'all. But let's hear a word from Mr. Glock Anderson.
I pull out the Glock, put it on his forehead, and spill his brains all over the concrete.
And listen,
what was that about?
If
bro?
y'all have been watching AEW, it was. I'll try to find the full pro. Let me find the full promo. But what was? It seems like what's going on is a split up between Arn Anderson and Cody Rhodes. Cody, when they started All Elite Wrestling, Cody pretty much chose Arn Anderson, quote unquote, to act as like his coach, his, the mentor figure. And ironically enough, because if you go into the history of his daddy, Dusty Rhodes,
Right.
had a blood feud back in the mid '80s against the Horseman, Arn Anderson. Like shit, I was actually just listening to Arn's podcast as I always do every Saturday, and they were talking about the time when they quote kayfabe. Well, if you don't know what kayfabe is, I'll tell you later. But broke Dusty Rhodes' foot, and he was wearing a steel toe shoe to protect the foot. you know, to protect the foot, and like the Andersons, as far as the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Arn and Ole, and the Horsemen, they've had this long standing feud back in the day in the territory days, and to see, we know Dusty's deceased, to see him playing coach for Dusty's son, Cody, it was cool and interesting, but it just seems like because Cody has been losing a lot over the past few events, and a lot of his losing is him putting over the new talent that's coming in, like
Mm,
and
okay.
so within this promo Wednesday night, he was going in on Cody, talking about if somebody came to your car trying to take your car, you'd be, you'd pretty much bow down to them and let them have it. He's like, but not me. I'd pull out as we heard the promo, I'd pull out the Glock, point it at their head, and pretty
Wow.
much blast their head off. So that's where that promo led to. But the fact that and how hard he said it, that's where Glock Anderson came out. So it was mad fucking funny. It was mad funny. Like there was like he has a son named Brock. So there was
Right.
there was memes out there that said Brock Anderson, Glock Anderson.
I saw all the memes. The memes were
Yeah,
crazy for this. So I was like, "What the hell? They're bringing guns
yeah.
to wrestling now?"
Well, no, he didn't. Well, there's the company Impact. I don't really watch them. I do try to stay in tune with what they're doing, but I can't watch them
Hmm.
that much because they still have like the TNA stench to me. But
Right.
they early in the pandemic, they had an angle where they had like a wedding story, and somebody got shot at the wedding. So yeah, they used guns and like they used guns. They used guns in the storyline. They used guns for the
Wow.
storyline. Somebody got
Okay.
shot in the wedding. Hit it. You can hit up Sid the Champ. These guys religiously follow Impact. They would remember the names of who it was, and I don't know. I still find Impact cheesy, though. They get respect because they're much better than where they used to be. I just don't watch them. I just don't watch them.
I
But
hear you.
let's let's be thankful for not being able to watch stuff, because last week's games of the week, I think we all might have shit the bed in some sort of a way. I know my Eagles, they decided to stay home and lose to the freaking Cowboys 41-21. Um TJ, that game I was glad I didn't get to see it. It was for good and sad reason because Monday was the funeral for my homies Leon and Martin. Their dad
Okay.
passed away, as I mentioned on the show last weekend, and so I had to do the funeral thing. And then later that night, my boy Lamar, we met up and we took a ride to Jersey to go kick it with Leon and talk to his mom. We have like haven't seen his mom in at least 10+ years or so. So we was over there chilling. I didn't watch the game. I'm glad I didn't. But once again, I've seen the fulfillment of my theory to never draft a quarterback from Alabama. The the last good Alabama quarterback in the NFL that actually did something, aka win a Super Bowl, was Ken Stabler.
Wow. It's been that long.
Yes.
But you know what? Tua down in Miami is not that bad, bro. I mean, he just can't stay healthy.
Let's see the long run.
True. True.
Also, you just say he can't stay healthy. That just adds on to my theory. It just adds on to my theory. But
Oh
your team,
man.
though. But your
Oh
team,
my
though.
God, bro. I don't know if a team can find a more creative way to lose every week than my New York Football Giants. It's astounding. It's astounding. They can move the ball efficiently between the 20s, it seems. And then when they get inside the 20s, it's like Pee Wee football all over again. Fumbled
It's
snaps,
it's like their
you know,
opponents, the Atlanta Falcons.
fumbled
Same shit.
snaps, false starts, holding calls. Barkley ripped off like a 20-yard run for it to be canceled out. Wide receivers dropping wide open passes. They're not utilizing the weapons that they have. Kyle Rudolph is a is a touchdown magnet inside the red zone. He didn't even get a ball thrown his way. But you know what I can't do? I can't blame Daniel Jones. Cannot blame him. Played a solid game. Tried to keep the team competitive when he did. Defense can't get anybody off the field, which was their calling card the last 7 games of the season last year. Right. Allegedly, as we like to put in quotes.
But it's like you
But
said, though,
you know,
it was the end of the season. I was just saying to somebody at work the other day, your Giants is just it's you're a second half team, and not just by way of being a second half team in the game. No, I meant second half of the season. Y'all remember who y'all think y'all are and decide to ball out.
yeah, but that's a day late and a dollar short, bro. Jason Garrett needs to get out of here because his play calling is horrendous,
For real.
horrendous. And I didn't like the signing at the time when they got him because I was like, if you saw Jason Garrett's track record with the all-world Tony Romo, they didn't win shit when he was there, and he was there for 10 years. So what do you makes you think Jason Garrett, the OC, is going to be any different than Jason Garrett, the HC?
Right.
There's
Well,
nothing to see here.
they won division championships and things like that in NFC East, things like that. But yeah, they didn't. At what they win, maybe 2 or 3 playoff games in total.
Man, they didn't win when the money was on the table. And this is during the Eli Manning years. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can talk all the shit about Eli Manning you want. The man put up when he had to put up in the big games. Period. For all, and he's still one of the top 10 quarterbacks all time in like passing yards. Uh Aaron Rodgers just cracked past somebody last week, and he's still trying to catch Eli for most yards thrown for all time. So that, I mean, that goes to show you the man did work. But
Well, let's not to dive down this rabbit hole, but
yeah, I'm not gonna go too far with
if
it.
I was gonna say, because TJ, if we are really being real about it, you know your team. Those Super Bowl
Defense,
years, the
defense,
defense was on fire. But
defense.
a lot of the time, Eli put up a lot of garbage time stats. It doesn't diminish the fact that he still did it, but that's quote unquote where how you pad your
Well,
stats.
here it
You know what I'm
is for
saying?
me. Here it is for me. The 2 best games he played outside of the Super Bowl was that win in San Francisco against that monster defense that he had. He was getting his skull cracked like every time he dropped back to pass the ball, and that below zero game in Green Bay to go to the Super Bowl. Those 2 games right there solidified me uh, to me as him being a real time quarterback and stepping up when he needed to step up. That's all I needed to see, and I'm happy with that. So, but as far as the
Yeah, I
Giants
could dig it. I
2021,
could dig it, man.
they straight ass, and they should have won. They should have beat the football team of Washington, and they should have definitely beat Atlanta. No excuses there. The defense can't get anybody off the field, um, and that's terrible. Uh, it's costing them games. I don't know they added an extra game, but it's not going to help them down the road. If they can't win today, and I don't think they're going to win today, it's going to be a long, long, horrible dumpster fire for a season. and
Well,
I'm
we'll
done
get
picking
there
them
in
to
a
win
sec.
any games for the rest of the year.
We'll get to them in a second when we give this week's games of the week. As you know, we are your Sunday watch along with these games. We picked last week. We picked Browns Bears for JP. By the way, y'all, happy 50th birthday to our brother JP.
Yes.
Hope
Happy birthday,
happy
brother.
50th to him. He ain't on the show this week because the family's taking him out to to celebrate and all that good stuff. But we picked Browns Bears, knowing that the Browns was going to beat on the Bears. We just didn't realize it was going to be a 26-6 win.
We didn't know that he was going to throw for 1 passing yard. That's what we didn't know.
that part, that part right there. Oh, I remember the game that I think one of us picked, Saints Patriots, I believe. And if you don't believe us, just go back and double check over the go listen to last week's podcast, and you'll hear our games of the week. Saints Patriots, I believe we picked them 28-13. Saints win. TJU also, your Giants 17-14 loss to the Falcons.
Yeah.
Seahawks Vikings was a game. No, you know what? Seahawks Vikings was a game you wanted to pick.
Okay.
I think you wanted to pick that one, and you wanted to go Seahawks, but we didn't talk that game, I believe. But the Vikings won 30-17. Seahawks are in some major trouble. I know Chiefs Chargers, I think, was the game that we unanimously picked, and we all picked the Chiefs. Chargers won 30-24.
Yeah, that was a bad game for them.
Yep. And then the last but not least, because ironically, nobody picked Packers 49ers, I believe. I don't think. Or JP might have, but I don't remember. No, JP picked Raiders Dolphins, and his Raiders won 31-28. But Buccaneers Rams, I don't remember. I think I was the only person who went with the Rams. And I believe everybody else picked the Bucs. Well, no, it was no everybody else. It was just us two. You definitely picked the Bucs, I believe. I picked the Rams, and the Rams won. The Rams won once again, 34-24 for last week's starting. We actually picked 6 games last week because we was just trying to kill time. But this week we got 5. Who went first last time, TJ? You and me?
I think you did, but I mean, I could go first. It doesn't matter.
All right, cool. Have at it.
Well, I'm taking.
Let's get the shit bag out the way. Let's get our shit bags out the way.
Yeah, the Giants. They're probably going to lose by 10 in New Orleans. They never play well down there at all. The last time they played well, they hung with for a half with them. Eli was a quarterback, and Odell had 2 touchdowns, and then come the second half, Drew Brees and them just blitzed them out the building, and it was disgusting. It was like a 42-14 drubbing or something like that. The Giants just don't play that well down in the Big Easy. They just don't travel well with against that team. So they're going to lose by 10 today, if not more, since the defense doesn't have any clue of getting anybody off the field, unless Jameis returns back to the old Jameis and throws 5 picks. But you never know with that.
I'm riding with the same pick as you, Saints at least by 10. My Eagles versus the Chiefs this week, which both of our teams' games are going on now. So wherever you live and respect, put those games on while you're watching us. My Eagles are going the way I expected to go so far. Chiefs are up 7-3. I expect Chiefs to be up by 11 in this game. No score. I said it before when we made our predictions on who's going to win the divisions and all that. Eagles in 3rd place. I know I incorrectly picked Washington for sure, but I still have a feeling somebody's going to be above us. We could end up in 2nd. Then you beat my expectations. But my expectations are very, very low for my team this year. And they're going to be low for today, unfortunately. Gotta be realistic. They're going to be low for today.
Well, Well, if the Chargers struggle against Philly today, then they got bigger issues than
It's the
we all
Chiefs.
realize. I mean, the
The
Chiefs. I'm
Chiefs. The
sorry.
Chiefs.
Yeah, yeah. If they struggle against the Chiefs today, then they're in for Andy's going to have to take a good look at what's going on with that team. But I don't expect them to. I expect them to put up a little fight. But like you said, 11, maybe 12 points should be a nice cruise to victory. But this is the NFL, and it's any given Sunday, so it's an odd shaped ball. Just like last week when your man kicked that 60-yarder and it doinked over
66 yard 66-yard field goal, NFL record now.
pass. He kicked it from beyond the logo, bro.
Yo.
Insane.
And you know what's insane though, TJ, about that? It's like these motherfuckers do that shit in warm-ups. They'll hit for like 70 in warm-ups. But yet in-game pressure, it just seems
It's
totally
real.
different. Yeah, it's
It's
just
real.
totally different.
Well, you know what the thing is too? They're saying like they have to kick the ball lower so it can go further for the trajectory, so it has a much better chance of getting blocked. Now you got these guys 6'7", 6'8" on the line, and they're jumping. These guys can jump 8, 9 feet. They have a chance to block that kick. But this kick was indoors. I don't think they would have done the same thing if it was outdoors. That's a
Yeah.
whole different. That's a whole different trajectory right there. But 66 yards is 66 yards. You can't take nothing away from the man. He did it. It's a record.
Yeah.
It's probably going to stand for a
This is
long
true.
time.
And either way, even if it was outdoors, it could have been like track speed, like track
Yeah,
it could have
wind
been a
adjusted.
wind-aided field goal.
Indeed.
It could have been a
Indeed.
wind-aided field goal. But next up on you.
I got Green Bay today. I just like the way Aaron Rodgers has bounced back. He's got these boys catching the ball. They really need to start establishing the run game because they're doing a lot of passing out of the sets. But I see Aaron Rodgers putting up some numbers today and getting these boys on the ball, and they'll definitely win by a touchdown. I got them winning by a touchdown today.
Yeah, because Pittsburgh seems in trouble. Pittsburgh is starting to look very much like the third place in the division pick that we made of them this year for this season. So yeah, I'll ride with Green Bay, even though I don't want to. I really don't want to. I like Aaron Rodgers a lot, but I love picking against Green Bay. I do.
Indeed,
I really do.
indeed.
But
I'm with you on that.
I think Green Bay by at least 7 to 10 today. But next up, my pick before we get to our unanimous pick, which just happens to be the Monday night game this week. Rams Cardinals. Rams home today. A battle of the undefeateds. Kyler Murray, who's been tearing it up with his leg and with his arm. The LA Rams, who have been, or quite possibly is, the most complete football team this season. I hate to pick against the guy who I have starting on one of my teams at quarterback, but I got to go with the Rams again, man. Matt Stafford got a point to prove this season after being in Detroit forever. Their defense has been playing pretty well so far. All them weapons on offense, I just think no matter how good the Cardinals have been playing also as a whole, I just think right now, for at least the first half of the season, this is the Rams season. And I believe I picked them to win this division too. So you might catch me riding with the Rams a lot in these picks. But I think that might be the best game of this weekend across the board. So that's why it's my pick for game of the week. What's your selections on that, and then your game?
I like the Rams as well. You seeing what Matt Stafford is doing with real talent around him, like a real offensive line, more than one good really good wide receiver, more and a running back, and with the world's best defensive lineman in the game, with Aaron Donald. So, praises due to him. He deserves it. He played in the purgatory of the NFL for a very long time, and now you're getting to see what a really good quarterback he truly can be. I'm rocking with the Rams just like you. Um, Kyler Murray, you definitely got to keep an eye on him. He's an extra offensive weapon. They're probably going to be spying on him all day today, and trying to keep him in the pocket and make him a pocket passer. Um, I don't think the Cardinals' offense is better than the Rams' defense, and you forgot they do have an all-world caliber cornerback out there as well. So I'm giving the Rams. I think they can win by 10 points today. They just got. You know what they remind me of? The old Kurt Warner Rams at this point with Matt Stafford, with their wide receivers.
You're going
The
greatest show on
show.
turf.
Yeah. Their wide receivers are that good. Their wide receivers are that good. I know that's the.
Corey Holt good.
Nah, all right. A step below. A step below that. A step below.
And I'm not
But-
talking bias because that was roughly in our 20s. In our 20s. So that was that sweet.
Right.
That's that sweet spot of generation where everything we saw then was the greatest shit ever. Even though I will dispute any of that. But
Well, you can't discount Marshall Faulk. I mean, Marshall Faulk was a monster.
was one of the ultimate weapons in the backfield, no doubt about it. This team ain't no greatest show on turf yet. Nah, don't do that. They're not lighting it up.
No,
They're not lighting it up, breaking passing records every game like Kurt Warner and them was doing.
you're right.
Scoring
You're right.
50 plus points a game, crazy
You're right. I
numbers
take
like
it back.
that. Like
There's
not yet.
There are a
Not
couple of
yet.
steps below. There's a couple of steps below that, but
Yeah,
they could
get
they
there.
have. That's what I'm saying. They have the opportunity to get to that level, with the talent they have on that team. I'll say that. I'll
Yeah, I'll
walk that
give you
back.
that.
My
I'll give you
bad.
that.
I'll walk that
It's
back. My
all right.
bad.
It's all
Nah,
right.
I
It's
gotta
all right.
walk
We
that
all
back.
jump out the window for some things sometimes. So it's all right. It's all right, man. But last but not least, no, your game, your fourth game. Oh, did I even it up already?
No, we did.
Oh yeah, you're right. So last but not least is the fifth game of the week, which happens to be the Monday night game, which once again we're throwing a pick in for our brother JP because it just happens to be the Raiders versus the Chargers. I really like what the Las Vegas Raiders. It's still weird. I had to slow down and think about that in my brain. I almost wanted to say LA Raiders. I didn't even think about Oakland, but yeah,
LV Raiders now.
Las Vegas Raiders are putting in work this season. And it's surprising few, not surprising many. This Chargers team with Justin Herbert, he's got a crew of great wide receivers too. Defenses just can be that up and down. You never know what you're going to get each week type of situation. But I know where we're both picking on this one. I'm going with the Raiders. I think they're in it for the long haul this year. I really see them making a serious run now. Just the way that they came out the gate so far, playing no nonsense football. Everything has been working pretty damn good thus far. I'm picking the Raiders. And
Yeah,
the
I'm
Raiders,
with you.
that's going to
Go
be
ahead.
at least by 4 though. It's going to be another
Yeah.
close one, so at least by 4.
No, it's going to be a tight game. Derek Carr has definitely stepped his game up this year, with the passing attack. They got Waller, the tight end, who runs like a wide receiver. He's definitely trying to prove that he's one of the top tight ends in the NFL. He wanted to be mentioned with the Gronks and the Kelseys of the league, and he's definitely working his way towards that. They have a situation at running back with Joshua hurt, Josh Jacobs hurt, and Kenyon Drake, so they got to figure that out. Peyton Barber's being sprinkled in there as well. And then on the Chargers side, they got one of the Bosa brothers, but he shows up one game and then he's quiet the next game, so you don't know which Bosa you're getting. They've been seem to keep the clamps on him a little bit here, so he can't get blocks. But Herbert is proving that he's no fluke. This is like his second full season under center, and he's proven the talent right. He's proven management right that he could do this. So He's still young. I expect him to still make a couple of mistakes in this game, and that's going to be the difference. And like you said, it's going to be a tight game. 3, maybe even 5 points. It might be the difference. It might be a field goal. It might be, you know, a 2-point conversion that could be decide this game. So, one thing it will be entertaining. That's for sure. So I'm with you in this one, and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Exactly. But those are our games of the week. Hopefully, you're enjoying what's on TV while enjoying us right now. I'll give you the rundown of all the scores of where they're at, even though this ain't gonna mean shit to y'all who listen to the podcast later on in the week. But where we're at right now, Titans are over the Jets 3-0. Bears are up on the Lions 7-0. Dolphins 3-0 on the Colts. Falcons 3-0 on the football team. Vikings 7-0 over the Browns right now. Bills 7-0 over the Texans. First quarter just ended, and the Giants and Saints are scoreless. Panthers just tied up the Cowgirls 7-7. My Eagles actually went up 10-7. And then the rest of the games are all at 4:05, 8:20 for Patriots Bucks, and 8:15 for tomorrow's Monday night game. You did notice that we did not talk Patriots Bucks, and I will not talk further than what I'm going to say now. I was tired of fucking all the reporting on this game this week. Like, Bill Belichick is fucking putting pads on, and they was going to go out there and play one-on-one Tom Brady versus fucking Bill Belichick. That's not how football is played, assholes. It is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New England Patriots. It is not Tom Brady versus the Bill Belichicks. It is
You,
not
you, you,
that. Yeah, we get the history. We get the history. Greatest coach and quarterback duo ever. 6 Super Bowls together in what? 9 appearances, 8 appearances total.
9 appearances,
Maybe 9
6
appearances
wins.
as a duo.
Yep.
Fucking incredible. And even King hater like myself can bow down and give props when due. You know, it took Super Bowl number 6 for me to finally say, okay, Brady is the greatest quarterback ever. I
You
still
know what?
think, but it
You know
was
what pissed
not
me off, Dan?
pissed me off
You know what
was
pissed
Brady. My bad. Let me shut up.
You know what pissed me off, Dan? What pissed me off is that the local news was talking about this game. I'm like, we have shit to do with New England or Tampa Bay. Why are we reporting on this? Nobody in the tri-state area cares 2 shits about New England or the Tampa Bay Bucks. They were like, oh, big game this week. Brady versus Belichick. Nah, man, that ain't the big game in the tri-state area. We don't give 2 shits about what's going on about that. It ain't even a Super Bowl, and you talking about this game like that. I was kind of tight. I'm not gonna lie,
The
bro.
only
I was
thing,
kind of
the
tight.
only thing we had, the only thing we had to care about in talking about them too is the Giants are 2-0 on them, and my Eagles are 1-1. That's all we give. That's all we need to talk about. That's all we need to talk about when it comes to them Super Bowl wins and ashy elbows, by the way. But I digress. But yeah, and ironically, we talked about them in proxy compared to not talking the game. Fuck that game. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'll
Right.
tell you what I think. I'll make my pick with you off air, but I don't care. I don't care. But last but not least, yo, I got to give props to this brother on TikTok because when I seen this video this week, I had to hit him and be like, yo, I got to use this shit this week. We're about to roast this man on my podcast. So big ups to this man, DJ_T_Rob. Funny cat on TikTok. But yo, check this out. Shit.
No audio. There's no audio.
Oh, damn it. Once again, I do the damn screen share, fucking it up. But let's do this again so I could get it right. and I guess I'll go cut the audio out on the podcast. But y'all getting this shit live, so it is what it is, y'all. You know what? You know what? Fuck this shit. But anyway, if y'all seen the video, shout out to this dude, DJ DEEJ _T _Rob on TikTok. Dude he puts up a lot of funny ass videos, but he made a spoof of Fleece Johnson using the audio from the Boondocks. They're talking about remember when they did the episode about the booty warrior from jail, the jelly and syrup guy.
Yes.
The jelly and syrup guy. But yeah, man, it was a funny ass video of that. You know what, TJ? While you set the table on this shitbag R. Kelly, I'm gonna find this video because I told this brother I was gonna play the video and I want to give it its proper due so y'all can hear it because the shit's funny.
Well, we're getting into Mr. Robert Kelly and him finally being charged and convicted on 9 counts of sexual assault, and he's caught that one RICO charge for transporting minors across state lines, and he's finally getting his just desserts. It's not over for him because he still has to face trial, I think, back in Chicago. So, I mean, these were the charges for New York. I'm sure all these charges are going to run concurrent, and he's going to be in jail for a very, very, very long time. What I don't understand, and I'm sure these people have been seeing it across the internet, Facebook, all social media, people caping for this man and the whataboutisms about, R. Kelly. What about Hugh Hefner? What about such and such? Nah. We're not even going to get into that. What this man did was completely and utterly disgusting. There's no place for it. The people who rode with him and helped, it was a network, because obviously he couldn't have gotten caught he would have been caught much earlier without the help he received. So all those people that were involved with this need to be buried under the jail with him. It is disgusting to see people talking about, well, I'm gonna still listen to his music. How? He was telling you in his music what he was doing. How is that even possible?
At
He
that
clearly
point,
stated
what
his intentions were. What his intentions were.
Yeah, that point right there, man. I gotta go on that point there. But I got the video up. Let me just share the little piece of comedy with y'all as promised, because I got the audio right this time.
I tell you what, I like you and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Well, I don't think you and I will be doing anything any kind of way.
Okay, I see you choosing the hard way.
That shit had me on the floor when I first seen that video, yo. Shit was hilarious. But to speaking directly to the compartmentalization of things and people talking about, what you mean I can't listen to his music and shit like that. Like, that's an argument that I've been hearing a lot over the week, seeing we do our podcast at the end of the week while listening to other podcasts who attack topics sooner than we do now. A lot of people, not on podcasts, but across the board, from Facebook to Instagram posts to TikTok posts, like, yeah, I'm sorry, feeling on your booty, dead. Seems like you're ready, even though that's the name of the episode, it's dead. I'm sorry. There are certain cases in where, you hear me still? I think I pressed the button.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay,
You're good.
My bad. There are certain cases in some ways, in my opinion, where compartmentalization of a person's talent to and what they've contributed to the world versus the scumbag shitbag that they are. Hulk Hogan, per se. I wasn't the biggest fan of him in the ring. I respect his legendary status as a professional wrestler. shitbag of a human who didn't want his daughter to date no niggas, in his words. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. A tough one for me is Chris Benoit because I loved him as a wrestler, but I don't go looking for his stuff no more. I don't go actively seeking out Chris Benoit shit because he turned into a shitbag human being by killing his wife's son and then himself. You know what I'm saying? Bill Cosby, The Cosby Show, one of the most, if not the most legendary black television shows ever. I can still watch The Cosby Show, but I remember the pound cake discussion. I remember what he just got out of jail for that he beat on a technicality. But when you are this guy and you are minors, children, everything is all cut off, in my opinion. And I believe people like that should, I'm not going to say it on these YouTube streets, but that's why I think those types of people belong.
Dude,
so nah, y'all, there is no compartmentalizing nothing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Fucker like this.
But the people who are saying this, it speaks to their character. Like, what are you allowing? What are you allowing? What are you saying to me that you're allowing?
Yeah. It's
doesn't.
I see it. I see it both ways, but not in his case. I see where people want to still appreciate his music. You still got the CDs in your house. You better play them shits just to yourself.
Dan, it's not an issue unless it happens to their kids, though. That's my thing.
Yeah, that is, and that's
my thing.
Yes.
That's my thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not an issue until it is your issue. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's the respect at? Where are you going with this?
It's where's empathy for others, really.
It's
where's empathy for others.
Yes, exactly. Like, what are you talking about? This is a one-way discussion, point blank, period. It is a one-way discussion. And there are no avenues out. There's no side streets, none of that. The road goes only one way on this topic. And you're talking about children? Come on, man. The most defenseless people on the planet? Come on, man. It's inexcusable.
100%. And that's where I have no difficulty in saying, fuck you, R. Kelly. You know, that's why I have because it was children. You know, I'm not going to try to play the comparison thing, but it does hit a little bit differently when it's an adult. But even still, why would you treat these women in this manner if they were adults? So no, I probably still wouldn't ride with him.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I see it. I can see the argument. That doesn't mean I agree with the argument. Right. That doesn't mean I agree with the argument. But when it comes to children, y'all know me. And some of y'all know behind the scenes shit. Not on my end, but a specific story that I told.
Yes.
Y'all should know where I stand on this shit. I was ready to go to jail for. I was ready. I was fucking ready.
Yep.
I was ready.
You do that time standing on your head, brother.
Because of fucking children. That's some shit that I will never play with. Especially being a father of 3 daughters. Off with your fucking head. And we should have all known something with the marriage to Aaliyah. How the fuck did we let that live as quote unquote a people fan? Like he only got bigger after that.
Yeah, he more blatant, more flagrant. He got more flagrant with it.
His music became a anthem for graduates out of elementary schools, junior high schools, things. Think about that.
Well, what was Aaliyah's debut album? Age Ain't Nothing But a Number? That was the title of the debut album. He flaunted that shit right on Front Street, my guy.
But like they said in the Boondocks, or like Chris Rock's joke said, but he ain't talking about me. Like that's think about it. For 20 plus years, we've let this rock. Now to where
Right.
I can say it's kind of odd. It can be looked at as odd, and people are being looked at funny style, like, oh, so now y'all want to be outraged? I get it
Yeah.
because of what I just said. Oh, now y'all want to be outraged. Yeah, we're talking about it in this way because yeah, I didn't own a lot of his music. I've spun plenty of his joints because he had club bangers. He had dance music bangers. You know what I'm saying? But I would get the argument if people were like, "Oh, now y'all want to be all now y'all want to say, yeah, yeah, because cancel culture, quote unquote, wasn't a true thing in those eras. Sweep under the rug
It
was
was
that.
taboo. It was taboo. All that shit was taboo back in the day.
Right, right,
In the
right,
90s, nobody talked about that shit. Come on. Let's be honest.
right.
That shit was like, oh, well, I heard, or yeah, I think he does. But like, who are his people in his inner circle to allow this shit to go on? Like, who are those people? Why aren't they being indicted and charged along with him? Why are we just hearing about him and him
Exactly.
only? Are they
They could
signing deals to bury this dude? Are they getting immunity deals? What's going on?
possibly,
Because
possibly.
nobody's talking about that, and that's not
I'm
being brought up in no way, shape, or form.
Well, it's being brought up because a lot of people on platforms like these are talking about just that. And I
Okay.
mean, the first place that you could go to is the damn sex tape. Who are those people in the fucking sex tape with him? Doing some locked door style party shit with a fucking 14-year-old.
The fact that when that tape was released, he didn't go to jail immediately speaks volumes,
Across the board.
volumes,
Across the board.
volumes.
From the people that were there to the legal system to everything. Like the legal system failed that child.
It's not just that child; it's minority children in general. If that was a
Yes.
white girl, it'd be a different story, brother. Let's be honest.
And we spoke
Let's
about that different story last week in a different
Yeah,
room.
but yeah, we did. But let's be 100% honest. Minority children are the bottom of the barrel, brother. Especially when it comes to shit like this. And if that was a Becky on there getting pissed on, golden showers, all that shit, the outrage, the backlash, he'd have been in jail 20 years ago. He'd still be in jail now. There wouldn't be no let's chase this dude down or nothing like that. It would have been taken care of. Him and his whole crew, they would have got him all his money. I mean, he's broke now, but they would have got everything. They would have cleaned that dude out. There would have been no stone unturned. You know what the situation would have been like.
Mm-hmm. And that's where, like, all right, people try to say cancel culture. People, actually, let's keep it real. A lot of people who participated in the quote unquote cancel culture type activities are some of those same people who are saying cancel culture is not a real thing. But in a case like this, cancel culture is real. And if you want to talk about it being real, this is the actual first, let's keep it really real. This is the actual first person to truly get canceled. Like, I mean, to the fullest extent. This is the first, when all these other allegations started to come out, then the documentary movies started to come out about him. Then his interview with Gail, and you seen the beginnings of the crumbling of him in that interview. you know, and then he actually got arraigned and put in jail. To now finally getting sent. Well, his sentencing is coming on top of other fucking cases. This is the first true canceling of a person. Even though, again, cancel culture deniers who were cancel culture reppers love to say that it's not real. Cancel culture has been real, and it is real because all you gotta do is go through the histories of that shitbag Twitter and see timeline after timeline after timeline after timeline of people going in on other people, but then they realize it's not real because this type of action does not happen to those people that they want canceled. That's
Dan,
why I
but
can sit here and say R. Kelly is the first to truly get canceled, TJ.
yes, in the public eye, but cancel culture has been around forever. Like we've all known people who've cut friends off for doing foul shit, and like nobody in your crew is fucking with that person from that point on. So yes, cancel culture is a real thing. In real life, it happens every day. You do some foul shit, some backstabbing shit, some shit to piss off your family, your friends, or whatever. Guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get excommunicated out of that circle or whatever it is you're involved in, or that community ASAP. And it's gonna
Fact.
spread like wildfire, and everybody's gonna be talking about it. And when they see you in the street, they're even gonna acknowledge you.
Dog, dude,
You
speak
might not.
perfect.
You might get punched in the
Mm.
face behind some shit.
Yo, perfect example of that. Leave the Hasidic Jew community. You're gone. Even family disowns you. Leave the gypsy community. You're out. You're disowned. Leave Scientology. Leave certain religious sects. Goodbye. You can't even see your family again in some of these things. So to say cancel culture is some non-fake, nonsensical shit, you're right to a point because of what I said. You think because one celebrity might have said one thing out of character that makes up their whole person for their whole life because you don't know what they do behind the scenes. So that one word where they might have slipped up and said nigga is who they are as a person when that could have been an accident. And so you wonder why, oh man, why is this person still getting signings? Why is this person still getting fucking mass streams on albums and things like that? And why are they still getting money out here? Because your little words didn't do enough. You need real action behind it. And this is why I can say that this R. Kelly situation is in this magnitude the first real canceling of a celebrity in music. Now there is other ways because we know other people who get blackballed and things like that for things that they've done and said to the labels in general. But these places know controversy sells, so that's why you think your little tweets and stuff is going to affect somebody's situation. Most part, you're sadly mistaken unless facts can come out that can lead to court proceedings, that can lead to, oh shit, I can't trust this person with my product. I can't trust this person as an artist on my label. They can bring a black eye to everything else that we got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're supposed to still have this cancel culture conversation. We said that at the end of 2020. We're going to have it again. We're going to have it. But to this guy, Mr. Robert Kelly, like I said, everything is because it's children. For the most part, everything is dead to me now. And if you find some, hey, if it happens for some reason to come up in your streaming playlist, you let it rock. It's just music. You let the music rock. But you could still be singing there, fuck R. Kelly, fuck R. Kelly. The music's still playing. That doesn't mean that you have to have a personal, you kind of get what I'm saying. I can't put it into words right now.
Yeah.
But you get what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like,
I don't think he'll be played on the
actively-
radio ever again. I don't think
Oh,
he'll
yeah.
be played on. I don't think
It's just-
he'll get any airplay like that or anything.
It's just don't actively seek it. If it falls in your way, it falls in your way. If you actively seek it, do that shit in the comforts of your own home on headphones like this in your fucking Discman or Iowa cassette player if you still got one. Do that shit on your person. Don't let nobody catch you doing that shit. Because if you get the evil eye for it, so be it. Because
It's well deserved.
It
well
makes you
deserved.
look like you're supporting an asshole. And again, it's the TJ. It's just the kids part that to me, you can't compartmentalize this. You
You
know,
can't.
I talk about compartmentalizing a lot. You know that. Like there's certain
Yeah.
spaces, there's certain places, people where it's to me, it's okay, but that's personally to me. But children, hope
Completely
that
off
doesn't get
limits,
us.
man.
Yeah.
Completely off limits, man. Like you said, they're kids, man. They're children. Like, what are you thinking about? What are you doing? How does that even thought even come up into your mind? Like, what are you getting out of this? What are
You
you getting out of this, bro?
and even like earlier today, I was listening to a podcast. I'm not gonna shout it out. I love the podcast, but I'm not shouting it out because we would never get no shout outs from them. But they were talking briefly about this situation, and they were bringing up like states and like even countries consents. I'm sorry, if you're saying legal age of consent is 13, you're fucking disgusting. If you're saying legal age of consent is 16, you're disgusting.
Well, don't
Even
get
to
mad.
even to
Well, don't get mad
17.
when the uncle or the father or somebody in the community comes back in offshoes on some dumb shit. Like,
Facts. Facts. I don't give a fuck what the law is. If you're saying 16 is consent, then 16 should be able to drink. 16 should be able to drive. Driving is an option with the junior license. 16 should be able to go to the military. You're like saying that that consent age is they're an adult.
why not give
I
them a
think
loan? Why not give them a
right,
business loan? Why
right.
not,
Let them buy a house now.
right? Why not let them? You can't get all this shit. Hey, give them a credit card. Do
Hmm.
all this shit. Make them a full adult. Don't fucking snip it and pick and choose what you want. Clean
Right.
sweep across the board. Fuck it.
Yep. Yep. If you're going to say a 16-year-old is an age of consent for sexual actions, but that 16-year-old can't go vote. That 16-year-old can't go subject themselves to the military. You know what I'm saying? It's no, no, no. I'm sorry. The shit's disgusting. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm eight, and I mean, I even when it comes to the rabbit hole of this consent things, I'm even of the agreement with most people where if you're gonna say 18 is an adult and they could go to the military, then an 18-year-old should be able to drink. That's
They're
just
around
me. I
violence.
do
They're holding a
I do
gun,
kind of
right?
agree with that. I do kind of agree with that, like on that level. And I agree that at least 18 years old, yeah, you are on the verge of adulthood. 21 legitimately, or I'd even say 20. But 21 does feel a little bit more like, okay, now life is real. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to allow 18 in the military, things, 18 years old, yeah, I look at that more in the consent lines of, all right, because you should be out of high school by that time. You know what I'm saying? As long as that's why I asked how I look at it. Like you're out of high school. Some 16-year-olds are out of high school, but it's still that number of 16. You're still a fucking child. You're still not all the way there, even if you got a 4.0 GPA out of high school. You're still not all the way there. Your body's still not fully grown or developed, male or female.
Your
You know what I'm
brain isn't
saying?
either. Like you're still not.
Exactly.
You still haven't experienced shit
You're
yet.
not done
You know what I'm
cooking.
saying?
You're not done cooking. You're not
You need
done
way more
cooking.
seasoning. You need way more seasoning and
Yeah,
simmering, bro.
that's it.
You just got
you
hot
know,
sauce. You just got to hot sauce.
you just, right. You evolve from Takis and hot Cheetos to Frank's Red Hot, and even still, you're not up to Tabasco or Sriracha. So
No,
chill, But
no.
there's this. I mean, just the whole this whole conversation is just like I said. We
The
could take
fact
it
that we
from
have to have it is ridiculous.
it's no the fact that we have to have these conversations is fine because people need to be reminded. Yeah, okay, you could be a fucking like I think I heard like Jersey's state of consent is 17. Ill 17. No, not yet. No. No. It's no. 18 to me is fair, but let 18-year-olds drink. Let them be adults. You can buy cigarettes now when you no, actually in New York you got to be 21 across the board. So why would there be the legal age of consent at 18, 19, 20 if 21 is real adulthood in New York? You get what I'm saying? Like, just shit don't add up. Shit don't add up. Shit don't add up like them allowing R. Kelly to marry a 15-year-old Aaliyah.
Where were the parents on that though?
Didn't some of the parents sign the paperwork off on that, or one of them? I don't remember. I forgot from that bad Lifetime movie about her.
That's crazy. I didn't watch that. I couldn't watch that.
Yeah, well, I mean, rest in peace to Aaliyah. She was my age too. Sad. But this sad overall is just this person. I mean, let's think about this just on the other end of things. The amount of joy that this man brought to the world musically. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
this ain't a caping session for him. Let's
No.
just think about the depths that you have to go. Like, that was your mask to hide all of this shit. Step in the Name of Love. I Believe I Could Fly. Bump and
Graduation
Grind.
song for years.
Yeah, like, how sick of an individual. And it just seems to always be those types of people. The ones that can hold the wool over your eyes with, look at all this beautiful shit I've done in the world. But behind the scenes, they're the most nastiest monsters in the world. This motherfucker was a cigar smoker like us, yo.
Oh, you know what? You know what's crazy? Because now I'm looking back at like the Best of the Both Worlds album, the Best of Both Worlds tour, like
which were dope.
right,
With the exception of the tour thing, because we heard all the
right,
stories about the drama.
right. Like, what did Jay-Z know? What did he ignore? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just trying to get a check. You know what I'm saying? That's what his bottom line was like. So
yeah, and
where does that go?
We're not sitting here. I don't think in no way, shape, or form Jay-Z would be an accomplice in some
Nah,
like that.
nah. Hell
no way we're saying that. It's just
no.
It's just the thought of what could he have known, what could he have been privy to, possibly. Because I do believe I heard stories though that they kind of rode on their own accord in that tour, and
Yeah,
that
they
was
did.
kind of a part of what fucked up the whole tour. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
lack of being synchronized and on shit.
Well, like what we discussing behind the scenes, R. Kelly said he's allegedly is going to start snitching on other celebrities who also knew or partook, or whatever the case may be. So this should get real interesting if he does go that route.
Right. And if he goes that route, his credibility is totally up to question.
Right.
Because of how hard he fought this shit.
But now you got to look, now as a side eye to the people, that's just a stain that you can't wash off, bro. Whether you did nothing or not. If your name it's like anything. You can be at work and somebody can say they sexually harass you. You wasn't even in a place nowhere near that. There's always going to be people that are like, well, must have did something to get that type of response. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. And you could be the nicest person on the planet. It doesn't matter. Once you get that stain on you, it's hard to pull off, bro. It's hard to wash off.
Mm-hmm.
There's always going to be that in the back of someone's mind. Well, somebody did accuse them of doing this. They didn't do it for no reason.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
unless you can prove it without a shadow of a doubt,
you're gonna be fucking up a lot of people's money in a short time, bro.
Yep.
Trust me.
Yep. But trust me though, I mean, other than him singing for his life in jail, depending on where they put him, I think we're all waiting for a moment like this.
Hey, you guys believe in angels? Or?
I think.
Yeah.
And
then I'd have to give it to you every day. I won't get all my vitamins.
Do you know who you're dealing with?
Chill, Nasty Nate. It's my bitch. But you're gonna step me. Got a problem with that?
Better watch your back, fish, because Squirrel Master ain't gonna be there for you all the time. Because next time I come for you, I'm gonna want some cocktail, fruit.
And we know R. Kelly ain't gonna be the Nasty Nate. He's gonna be the cocktail fruit.
He can't sing his way out of this one. He
I
can't
believe
sing.
he will cry. I believe he'll get fucked by a guy.
Oh God.
He'll be screaming every night and day. How my booty hurts, don't hurt it anymore. I can't keep going. That was all off the top. But
Oh my God.
we're done. Let me just get through the comments that just happened to pop up late. Shout out to Hollis. I could give benefit of the doubt one time, but if it's multiple accusers, etc., I don't look too much into it. You figure if they're really sick, they're gonna do it again. And
Indeed.
it's pretty true statement, man. I'm one that can give people a long leash, but I know when. It's just like the beer commercials used to say, know when to say when.
Word.
And a lot of times you don't realize. He said I said it wrong, but it kind of read right. It made sense. It made sense. But I realize on a lot of people like this, I've just gotten to the point where I just make the Irish exit on them. You don't even know I'm missing. I mean, people don't even know I'm alive sometimes anyway, but you don't even know I'm missing. and that's what it is, you know. We're not gonna make the Irish exit out of this one, TJ. You know what to do.
Yes, sir. Thank you for putting on this another great show today. Very
Thank
hot topic.
We
Thank
put on
us.
another great show.
Thank you. Shout out to people in the comments. Again, hit the QR codes on the bottom to find us on the internet. Good show, good day. Shout out to Hollis in the comments. Anybody else tuning in later, please comment. We love to hear your opinions on the subject matter. And Dan, salute to you, sir, for putting this all together. Oh, happy birthday again to JP 50.
Yes,
Big one.
Happy birthday, JP. No, once again, we did not speak about this Wilt accuser situation. Today was a light one, man. We just did our games of the week as we normally do during football season, unless some major shit happens. And we went right in on the new booty bandit, Fleece, you know. He's not Fleece Johnson, like I said, he's the cocktail fruit now. We talked about R. Kelly. But y'all know what to do, like TJ said. Bottom right.
Yep.
Top left, scan those QR codes. Come join the Facebook group. If you're watching us on YouTube, everybody everywhere, scan the bottom one to go to the Star5podcast.com. So for everybody who's been down with us since day one,
peace,
and who's on the show today, we say peace. And we'll see y'all next week.